Hey Internet, my name is Abby and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program on Wings. Yes, we see here the current planet, we see here over the moon, and we are currently heading towards Minmus. I think we can't see Minmus right now, or do we? I don't know, I can't see anything flickering here around, so I don't think we can see Minmus right now, but we are currently on our way towards Minmus. And if we are looking here at our orbital map, we have here an encounter with Minmus in 1 day and 20 hours. So let me prepare our flight there by adding there a maneuver node so I can see when I need to break my fast forward. And so yes, let's start with our fast forward in time so we can approach Minmus and can hopefully land on Minmus, and then we can see what else we can do there or over there. Now we see Minmus approaching. Minmus is getting closer and closer as we are approaching towards this little tiny planet, and I'm looking forward to land on it when we finally approached it. Okay, we are still over a day away from Minmus, and as soon as I have my encounter, I will start to plan the next maneuver node for entering an orbit and stable orbit around Minmus. The only thing I'm a little bit worried about is our limited resources, because we have only about 200 fuel left for our engine, and I don't know if this is enough for landing on Minmus and even taking off again and flying back to Kerbal. So we will see this when we have approached Minmus and when we are planning our descent. I hope very much that I am able to land on Minmus with this space plane, but I'm not sure if I'm able to do so. So yes, pretty much interesting things, pretty much exciting, and I hope we are able to do so when we approach Minmus. And yes, then we will see more. I've already built some other space planes, or I have improved this design, and I hope I will have some more fuel left in space after our takeoff. But I'm also thinking about this, but I will come back to it later in some upcoming episodes, that I will not launch every space plane again, or instead I'm thinking of launching refueling rockets into space and just refuel my space plane, because the takeoff procedure takes so long time. It's sometimes about 15 to 20 minutes to just enter space and in orbit, and this is really a very long time. Well, okay, I can use video editing and cut out the uninteresting things like ascending and burning and whatever, but on the other hand, I like to make my Let's Play video more realistic of the complete gameplay of Kerbal Space Program. And in this simulation game here, you have often some time where just wait for maneuver nodes to approach and to fast forward toward them. And okay, now we have achieved, or no, we are not quite ready because our nav ball hasn't switched. We are not right now in the trajectory or in the sphere of influence of Minmus, and I think in a short of my now we are ready. Now we are in the sphere of influence of Minmus. This is nice, so let's get rid of this maneuver node here, and let's plan our orbit insertion burn. I like to do it here. So that's too much. 14 kilometers. This sounds really good. Maybe a little bit closer to the surface. Like 10 kilometers. Oh no, not 4. Or 8 kilometers, that's good enough, I think. So yes, our maneuver node is set. We need a lot of delta V for entering this orbit. I hope we have enough fuel to do so. So yes, I'm thinking about just sending refueling rockets into space, because their takeoff isn't as long as taking off with a space plane. And so I'm thinking about doing something like this, but I'm not quite sure if this will work out, or not if this work out, but if this is interesting. On the other hand, I really like to make things a little bit faster for my own gameplay, and relaunching a space plane every time again is a little bit boring, so I'm really thinking about doing something like this to streamline everything and streamline my space program, and I will just refuel my space planes after a successful takeoff. So the next thing I'm also thinking about is, well, I will also return with my space plane back to the surface of Kerbal, but I will only do this if I have a new space plane design and I want to, well, let's say I want to bring my old space plane into a museum, and to do so I will just return back to the surface of Kerbal, and if I have a new space plane design I will also take the opportunity to have another space plane takeoff. But on the if anything else goes on, I just want to have one nice launch with the space plane and then just refuel it in space, so I can streamline a little bit more, and I can also fly to other celestial bodies instead of just doing takeoffs, which is a little bit redundant, I think. So I will also explore some more things of the Kerbal Space Program space. That's why I'm thinking about doing something like having refueling missions instead of doing all the time a new takeoff. Okay. Now we have entered a stable orbit around Minmus. The next thing I like to do is, oh, it's only 5 kilometers, so let me boost a little bit the altitude here, the periaps. And the next thing I want to do is also decreasing the altitude of my apoapsis. When I reach the periapsis, we will do this with fast forward again, and then I will start thinking about doing a landing. Okay, 7 kilometers is good enough. Let's add here a maneuver node. And I like to reduce also the altitude here. Okay, stay there. To maybe 10 kilometers. That's good enough. Okay, let's fast forward in time. So we are well prepared for our... And then it's time for our very first landing on a new celestial body with a space plane. And I'm not very sure if I'm ever able to take off again with my small amount of fuel left. But we will see when we've done so far and when we break. Okay, let's turn around. And stop. Okay, well done. And amazing, we are coming across this flat area here with the frozen lake, so I think this is a really good landing spot. Let's see what happens or how much delta V I need for reducing my... like this. No, wrong direction. Let's try this again. That's too much. Maybe like this, okay. This is looking really good. I have some fuel left. I hope I'm able to do a landing. I hope I'm able to do so. Okay, and 30 seconds is our maneuver node, so I'm looking pretty much forward to this. And here we see already our landing zone. So this will be very interesting. And I'm looking really much forward to it. Let's see. Short amount of time will start our burn. Like now. Let's do a gently soft and slow burn. And stop. Okay, now we are coming down toward the surface of Minmus. The good thing here is the surface of this frozen lake here is exactly at 0 meters, so we can also use the indication of this altitude here to estimate our altitude instead of needing the radar altimeter down here, the radar altitude down here in the cockpit, which has no display outside of the aircraft, which is a little bit unfortunate. But well, we can so use this thing here to estimate our altitude. Yeah, let's fast forward a bit more in time. Okay, we're coming down. So I think now it's time to do our maneuver to kill most of our velocity. Let's retract our solar panels and the antenna so we are not ripping them off. What about our fuel? It's going down. I don't like to see something like this, but well. Okay. We are braking. We are only 2 kilometers above the surface. I haven't done any space plane or space plane landings on the on the surface of the other celestial body, so I'm not quite sure how I will approach this. I have the tiny engines underneath my space plane, as I explained in the last episode about my space plane design. But on the other hand, they need a little bit more fuel. They don't have the good amount of ISP, or the specific impulse, and so I'm not quite sure that I will use them. I will maybe use them for helping me to do the takeoff afterwards, but this time when I do the landing, I like to try it a little bit more manually, and I like to well, maybe flip my space plane around when I'm shortly, or when I'm almost. Wow, this is nice. We have Kerbal here, we have the moon there. Well, don't get distracted. You have to do your landing. Okay, I think I will then flip my space plane around when I am shortly above the surface, so it will land on its main gears instead of landing on the engines. But this is... Let's start decreasing our speed a bit. There we see our shadow. Decrease it even more. Now let's turn the thing around. Oh, it's bouncing off. And touchdown! Well done! We are on Minmus. We have... What are you doing? Let's switch off the SAS, so... Maybe brake? Yes! Well done! We have our first spaceplane landing on another celestial body. Let's extend again our solar panels and the antenna. And yes, we are on the ground. This is amazing. We have done this. We have landed on another celestial body with a spaceplane. On the other hand, I'm not sure if I'm ever able to return back to space or to do anything else like returning back to Kerbal with this small of fuel left. So, on the other hand, we need to celebrate this thing by at first doing a quick save, and on the other hand doing an EVA. So let it go, and We are going down. Yes, we are on the surface of Minmus. Let's move here around. Okay. Switch his lights on. So we need to do a mark here. Let's plant our flag. Okay. First visit on Minmus with a space plane. Yes, well done. Okay. So we have done our very first landing, and we can start exploring a little bit of the surface of Minmus with a very low gravity. So we are floating here around to have a look at our space plane as it stands here on the ground after our successful landing. And there we have still this interesting constellation. Just above the surface is the moon, and there we have Kerbal. Wow, this is amazing. Where's the sun? It's over there. Okay. Oh, careful, dude. Careful. 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 Oh, he's still enjoying it. Okay. This is nice. This is really good. Okay. Let's climb back up again. Okay, we're on Minmus. This is amazing. But still, I'm not quite sure if we can ever make this back. Yes. So... Oh, wrong direction. Wrong. Hui, this was close. I almost smashed my Kerbal into the ground. This would have been a little bit unfortunate. Okay. Yes. Take off again. I think let's bring him back to the cockpit, and let's bring him back into the capsule. Come on, grab. Okay. And board. So we are back in our space plane. Let's retract again our solar panels. And now, how will I do the takeoff? I think if I just throttle up, I won't take off, or will I? Maybe a little bit. Oh wait, I have also the other engines. Which button were they? Were they button 4? Yes, I think they were these buttons. So let me try this, if we can lift off our... Okay, and stop, and now these engines. Okay, I want to accelerate into... Let's retract our gear at first. To the east. Let's try this. Okay, now we are accelerating. This is good. What about our information here? We are starting to climb up. This is nice. Oh, my fuel. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Stop. Let's add here a maneuver node. Okay. I'm not quite sure. I think we can still establish an orbit, but then I think we're pretty much stuck there because we won't have enough fuel to return back to Kerbal, I think. This is really unfortunate, but we may... Whoa, stop this. How do I get rid of this? No, I don't want to... Okay, good. Okay, let's fast forward in time a little bit so we can reach our maneuver node. And stop here. Okay, let's prepare our burn here. What do we need? 29, it's a little bit much. Now I want to see the numbers. Okay, like this. 9 to 7. I think this is good enough. So let's prepare this one here and let's throttle up. Okay. Ha. And stop. Let's get rid of this maneuver node. Okay, we have an orbit of 7 kilometers to 11 kilometers. So we are back in an orbit around Minmus. This is nice with our spaceplane. Let's extend again our solar panels. On the other hand, we have only 33 fuel left, and I don't think this is enough to return back to Kerbal. Where is Kerbal? Kerbal is over there, so maybe we can do our burn here. So how many delta V do we need for this? What do we have here? 6 million. What do we need here? Come on, maneuver node. Where are you here? Now let's do this. 108. What happened if I start to move the thing a little bit here around? Will it get better? Again, immune encounter. Wait, what? Okay, 800. 7 immune encounter. But I don't want to have immune encounter. Okay, the Mune is currently blocking our way back home, and I'm still a little bit concerned about 33 fuel left. I don't think we can make this. I think I will just let our Kerbal remain here in orbit around Minmus. He has still its space plane, it still has some fuel left, it still has its solar panels, so he is pretty much able to survive here a little bit longer. It also has here the inline clamp Ortron, so I'm able to maybe send a refueling mission up there, and maybe in a later episode I will come back to Kerbal and find out if I'm able to do a flight back with this little tiny amount of fuel left, or if I'm not having enough fuel to return back to Kerbal, because I can't insert myself onto a trajectory which ends in the atmosphere of Kerbal. And so yes, so much about this. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked this episode. If you do so, please like my video on YouTube, please become a subscriber to my YouTube channel, and please leave me a comment what you're thinking about my Let's Play series of Kerbal Space Program. And I hope I see you again in the next episode when we do more actions with space planes. Until then, my name is Abby. See you!